Blast in a car in Coimbatore has put the Tamil Nadu government in a spot. Now, even as they initially passed it off as a cylinder blast, subsequent findings have pointed at a possible ISIS link and connections with the perpetrators of the Colombo blast. Now, demands are growing for the NIA to be called in to probe the case in Tamil Nadu.
So even as 5 men who have been taken into custody, they have been arrested and booked under the stringent UAPA law. But the BJP has accused the Tamil Nadu government of trying to cover up a terror link. Now, initially the explosion was just happened before Diwali, has been claimed as a cylinder blast in a car. Now, shocking details are also emerging how the links of the Coimbatore accused may stretch all the way to Colombo in Sri Lanka and even further.
Well, Times now has also accessed CCTV footage from related to the blast that leaves very little to the imagination. One camera shows how Mobin and his accompanies loaded guns sack into the car, most probably with explosive inside. Another video shows the exact moment of the explosion, and the fourth shows the debris scattering all over the place seconds after the blast took place in the car.
So let's tell you exactly why the opposition BJP is being calling this as a terror attack and a cover-up by the ruling DMK government, where Mobin, who was an engineering graduate, who was quizzed already by the NIA back in 2019 over alleged ISIS links, and he was also following up a terror group on national ideologue Zahran Hashim on social media, who was said to be also behind the Colombo attacks and was in touch with some of his aides. Hashim was one of the terrorists who was behind the serial bomb blast that happened in Colombo in 2019.
So also, as far as this 2019 blast are concerned, as many as 300 people were also killed therein, and police also recovered low-intensive explosive materials from Mobin's house. But despite that, the Stalin government has remained quiet on the ISIS shadow over the state, leading to a political blame game.
During the investigation, it was found that some explosives were also used in the car. Based on the findings in the investigation, 5 persons have been arrested and the UAPA has also been invoked.
Jamisha Mubin, he was questioned by NIA in 2019, sir. What is his history? Did he have any criminal background, or did he have any links, or was he a sympathizer with ISIS? Sir, can you give us details on that, sir?
So 2019 he was questioned by NIA in so-called Asaruddin module, and then he was let off probably due to lack of evidence.
It's a clear-cut intelligence failure. It's not one person who did it. He got a car from somewhere, he sourced explosives from somewhere. After BJP's pressure from yesterday to our senior leaders in the press, they have picked up 5 more people today. But very curiously, the Tamil Nadu police FIR doesn't disclose the sections. The press meet, they only mentioned cylinder bomb blast. We have picked up 5 more, and they have to book them under UAPA case and transfer that case to NIA.
So these are the questions that are being raised not just by the BJP, but as far as what is the truth, that the claims that there was an effort to cover up a terror link to the Coimbatore blast, and why was it called a cylinder blast to begin with, and is the growing ISIS footprint in the state of Tamil Nadu a biggest cause for worry for the state and also for the country?
So let's rope in our colleague Prapanch on this. Prapanch, very crucial updates coming in as far as Coimbatore blast is concerned. One, of course, being the ISIS link, which is currently being suspected. So can you put some more light on this aspect of the case?
Now, Jamisha Mubin, the 25-year-old who died in that particular explosion, as per the police, he was in fact following several of the ISIS content on website, and he was also following several of the ISIS operations on the web content. He was consuming a lot of that. But however, he did not have any cases against him, and in 2019 he was questioned with regard to Asaruddin module, who was technically in Facebook friends with Zahran Hashmi, who was the mastermind for the Easter bombing attacks in Sri Lanka. So that was the case that was in fact, that is why he was questioned, and subsequently we could see that due to lack of evidence, Mubin was released, and subsequently he was not active. There was no adverse activity he was doing. So in fact he was just selling old books and old clothes. It's what we are given to understand. But this is the only case wherein he is involved, is what we are given to understand. In the house of Jamisha Mubin, in fact 75 kilograms of potassium nitrate was found along with several other chemicals. Also, in the car that had exploded, in fact 2 cylinders were found. One cylinder had not exploded. Several of nails were found, marbles were found, and also few explosive items were found, is what we are given to understand from our police sources. So it was a clear cut, in fact the intention was to carry out an attack, but however the target is, what was the target is not specified yet, because police is still
That have been
investigating.
raised as far as the BJP is also concerned, because asking if there is an effort to cover up a terror connect and should Coimbatore probe be handed over to the NIA or not. These are the questions for now that are being raised. For the moment, Prapanch, thanks very much for joining in.